So I've made this carbonara over and over and over to get it just right.
Oh, Big Daddy just ate the best cookie ever.
So good.
Katie Lee is here.
Yeah, Katie! Yay!
So we have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. Katie Lee is the angel and Lee Schrager is Satan.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow.
That was the most delicious chocolate chip.
You got to get close to the microphone, honey.
That was the most delicious chocolate chip cookie.
Okay, so Katie Lee, we got to talk about your show, especially the one about carbonara, which drops today.
Yes.
Let's talk about these cookies. Now, she brings these chocolate chip cookies in, and Danielle was the first to taste one, I think.
Oh my gosh, so good.
And she's like, I don't know, how does she do this?
Yes.
And then Gandhi tasted it.
So good. Thank you for bringing them.
So Katie Lee, it's a chocolate chip cookie. I mean, we've had millions in our lifetime.
Well, it has a secret ingredient.
This one's different.
Is it your finger?
My finger that I chopped off. You just ate my fingernail. It's essence
Okay,
of
hold
finger.
on. Okay. Put that first caller on hold. What were you chopping that forced you to cut the end of your finger off?
Parsley. I've never cut my finger before. I've never cut myself cooking.
Wow.
Like in all my years, this is the first. I've burned myself plenty of times, but I had a brand new, super sharp Japanese knife that I was so excited about, which thank goodness it was a sharp knife, because if you have a dull knife and you cut yourself, then it's a really gnarly cut. But we were filming my show, It's Not Complicated, and I was chopping parsley and I was kind of running the knife through the parsley, and I just slipped and I sliced right through, cut my fingernail off, and sliced into the nail bed. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
And okay, having cut my finger a billion times, it's that initial sting. And if you've cut yourself while chopping in the kitchen, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that first sting, and you're not quite sure what it is, and then you look at it and go, oh dear God.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I knew right away what I did.
Yeah.
And then you could see my fingernail laying on the cutting board.
Oh, so is this going to be a part of the show?
I think we'll edit that part out.
Why?
but then I thought the food was already almost done. We were at the end of the episode. So Ryan stepped in, he set the camera down, and he finished cooking so that I could do like the final taste.
Right, while hiding your nub.
Yes.
You know, we had Josh Capon in the other day. We're talking about accidentally getting a piece of your finger into the dinner. He's like, no, that's not what you worry about. You shouldn't be worried if you find a piece of finger in your dinner. It's when you find a piece of Band-Aid in your dinner.
Isn't there like a Band-Aid is like the grossest thing?
Oh,
like when you're in a swimming pool somewhere at a hotel
God,
and there's like a Band-Aid
It's
floating
still in this
around.
little loop. It looks like a calamari
disgusting.
circle. What up?
Can I ask my question to the
God.
chef? Please, to the
Chef
question. The
Chef Katie Lee?
Chef Katie Lee.
Yes.
Chef Katie Lee. So if you had to prepare your finger to eat, how would you prepare it?
We've had this discussion. From now on, to be fair, all chefs must answer
the
this.
question.
Yeah.
Maybe like a hot dog.
It's really more of an appetizer, like a mousse bouche
It's
kind
not
of thing.
mousse bouche. I could do like a little piece of toasted bun and put it on there.
It's crunchy.
Really?
You need to debone it, I think, right?
Yes, it must be deboned.
So we were asking Chef Capon. Of course, he really knows a lot about meats and things like that. Like, what cut on the body would be like the ultimate cut to serve?
Yeah. What are you eating?
He said there's nothing on the body that we should be eating.
Yeah, humans are gross.
Like a pork butt. Just
Why not?
Wait, I was at his chop house last night and I had the pork chop. Best pork chop I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Are we sure it was a pork chop?
I'm pretty sure it was a pork chop.
It was not on my bingo card to come here and talk about which body part would taste the best.
Okay, so Katie Lee, she calls me and says, I've got this new show we're cooking in the kitchen and it's going to be great. And it's called...
It's Not Complicated.
Okay, what made you decide It's Not Complicated is the show I should be doing?
Well, my last cookbook was called It's Not Complicated. And what I really love is making food that empowers people, that you can watch it and feel like, oh yeah, I can do that. It's not that complicated to make it. So my favorite kind of food to eat is simple food and to use good ingredients and not have to do a lot to it. And after the kitchen got canceled, I kept hearing from people, we miss instructional cooking shows. Like we miss cooking shows where people actually cooked instead of just watching competitions all the time. And the show that I always wanted to make was just me in my kitchen cooking the kind of food that we like to eat at home.
Right.
So I'm cooking in my kitchen. Ryan is filming me.
Ryan's her husband, by the way.
Ryan's my husband, and he's a TV producer, so he knows how to do these types of things. I don't. But he got all of his equipment. He's very excited about his camera and, he very nerds out about the whole thing.
Boy toys.
He's like, I got this new lens, and we're going to shoot in macro. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
But that's great, though. You know what? What a great guy to have.
Yeah, amazing. He's so good at it. He's so passionate about it. So I'm getting to make the show that I want to make and make the food that I want to make. And I think people are feeling kind of nostalgic, like for 90s, early 2000s. And that's the kind of shows we were watching back then. So it's a modern take on an old school cooking show.
Okay, by the way. Okay, and where do we find it?
It's on YouTube. My YouTube channel's Katie Lee Kitchen.
Okay.
And I just dropped a new episode this morning before I came here.
What's it about?
Spaghetti carbonara.
It's so good.
I love ham and eggs.
I love pasta. I'm no carb left behind. Right. I'll give me all the pasta. So carbonara is really easy, but it can be tricky. There's not a lot to it, so you have to make sure that you got all the steps. And this is a classic Roman carbonara. We went to Rome last September and went to this place called Al Moro that I was obsessed with, and they're famous for their carbonara. So I came home and I was like, I've got to perfect this. So I've made this carbonara over and over and over to get it just right.
I want some.
I know.
If you don't do it right, you can scramble the eggs.
Oh.
Okay. So you're putting in some guanciale? What do you use?
Yes, so I use guanciale. You can substitute with pancetta or bacon, but guanciale is the traditional way of doing it. And I render the fat out of that. So don't cook it too high. Your instinct is to put it in the pan and turn the heat up to get it really crispy. If you cook it low and slow, you're going to render that fat out of the guanciale, and it's going to make it more luscious and silky. When you go to a restaurant and you're like, why is this pasta so silky and shiny? It's that fat in there.
Right. We love fat.
Yes.
If it's not the meat, it's the butter, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you put oil in your pasta when it's boiling?
No. You know the answer to that.
Well, except it's been a big thing lately on...
Has it?
Yes.
People
a lot of people have been talking.
They put
oil in their pasta, in the
so
water.
it won't stick?
Yeah, I
So it
heard
won't
that you're
stick.
supposed to.
Yeah, well, I had heard you're supposed to. I do not do it, but there's been a big thing back and forth for the last week or so on Instagram.
Well,
Well,
no,
they're all wrong.
But the sauce, if you put oil in the sauce won't cling to the pasta.
That's exactly
Right.
what they're saying.
Right.
That's exactly
you,
right.
You don't put oil in the pasta water because you want that starch on there. And if you put the oil in, then whatever sauce you top it in is going to just
Slide
drip
right
off
off.
the pasta.
Right. All the goodness comes off that pasta, all the starch, and that's what makes that sauce.
Really important when you're cooking it to put a lot of salt in
Yeah.
that pasta water. Salt the hell out of it.
And how much pasta water do you put aside? Like a cup?
I put about a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup for this. And that pasta water is when people say like, oh, carbonara, you didn't cook the eggs. That hot pasta water, when you dribble it in, that's tempering the eggs. That's going to cook it enough.
Did Katie Lee just use the word dribble?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to go back to another conversation.
Is
We totally
that a bad word?
No, but I love dribble. Who doesn't? Back to the cookies. We never talked about your secret ingredient.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
So when you first put your teeth in these cookies, Gandhi,
Yes.
your thought was what?
Delicious. It's got like a tiny bit of salt almost, something that makes it sweet and savory.
There's something
And it's
else.
the perfect level of soft, whatever it is. I can't figure it out, but it was great.
Go ahead.
So
Tell
it's
'em.
miso. Miso paste, white miso paste. It's that saltiness. Like I think we all are so into salty sweet, and it just kind of intensifies the flavor of the chocolate. You don't bite into it and think this tastes like miso, but the miso paste also gives it that really good chewy texture. I love a chewy cookie.
It's so good.
Yeah, me too.
It is delicious.
Okay, let me go back to something you were talking about a second ago with the kitchen. No longer with us, and a lot of these instructional cooking shows are just gone, and now it's just a competition. What happened? Why is it one person at a network that decides it's time to move on? We don't want any more instructional cooking
That's
shows.
a great question. We were the last man standing. Every one of the instructional cooking shows now on Food Network is gone. They're playing repeats, but they're not making new episodes.
But why?
Reality TV.
Yeah, they say that competitions are what rates better. I think if all you're making is competitions and all you're putting on is competitions, then of course that's what people are going to watch because you turn on the TV and that's what's there. And what I keep hearing from people over and over again is that they want the instructional shows. They love those shows. But I think that it all comes down to the ad dollars are there for prime time. And prime time is what is
Well,
the competitions.
I hate that. For instance, I know that Gandhi's going to be doing an instructional cooking show.
Oh,
awesome!
For a sponsor of ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just did the video actually. I just made stuffed peppers, and it was great.
Oh, yum!
With Victoria sauce.
With Victoria sauce, right? Well, here's the thing. That kind of show, you and Katie are the only two people doing them now.
Listen, I love it. Can I recommend a show for you guys? Because one of the things that just pisses me off about the instructional cooking is these big, fancy, glorious kitchens, and everything is pre-prepped before it goes. I need somebody in a New York City apartment with no space whatsoever to start at the beginning. I need to see how long it actually takes to chop everything up and make it work in that tiny area.
Right, because it's like we always had people behind the scenes. We had this huge culinary team.
Yeah.
We had a culinary kitchen, the kitchen in the back that was making everything for us. And your little ramekins, things do look a lot easier when you're just dumping. But I think that's where mise en place comes in. Is when you're cooking at home, if you do go ahead and make it like you're on a cooking show and prep everything, it is a lot easier when you're cooking.
But in a New York City kitchen, I don't have anywhere to put it.
Well,
that's true.
Do you ever watch on Instagram this Indian guy who sits on his balcony and he'll see Nate walking by and he'll go, "Hey, you down there with the bad hair, what can I make you?"
And he'll bring him in.
And he says, "What do you want to eat for lunch?" And you'll go, "Fettuccine Alfredo." You'll go up to his studio apartment. I think it's called Joe Can Cook. And he cooks in his little studio apartment whatever you said you wanted to eat from down
God,
the
I want to
street.
walk around that neighborhood.
No, it's
Seriously.
I think it's Joe
you
Can
with
Cook.
you with the bad hair.
You with the bad hair.
Thanks, by the way, Lee. I think it looks pretty good today.
I can't believe you came in looking like that, saying someone else has bad hair.
Seriously. I think
Don't you have a mirror in your house?
Radio.
I love the two of you together.
It's radio.
Oh, you know what?
But
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
excuse me, Elvis. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
That Katie Lee is not only a great cook, but do you know she's written a few novels as well, and that had been on Lifetime.
Hallmark.
Novels?
I wrote one novel, and then that became a movie on Hallmark called Groundswell, and then I wrote another Hallmark movie that was called Catch of the Day that came out last summer.
That's amazing.
so
Isn't that
good.
amazing?
Danielle, you're speaking Danielle and
I
Gandhi's
know.
love language.
I need a Christmas one from you now.
I want to write a Christmas
Yes.
one. Yes,
It
I
needs
would
to be
love to.
about a guy that was in the military.
Francois Arnaud. I think this is a perfect opportunity to bring Francois Arnaud into the movie, so we can have him on your show.
Nate is telling me that we need to take a break.
No, we don't have to take a break because we could play a little game with our guests if you would like.
Oh my!
Oh, well, we play a game, but of course we want everyone to go watch carbonara.
I think Gandhi had a great idea for you, by the way, Katie Lee. You've got to go to somebody's New York City apartment and try and cook, where you're balancing a plate on, the coffee table, and then you've got a mixer over here propped up on the floor.
That doesn't sound very fun.
That is also not Katie Lee's kitchen.
I am cooking in my New York City kitchen.
Yours is much nicer than mine.
It's not a gigantic kitchen.
It's like that's like my entire apartment is your kitchen.
Speaking of, before we get into this game, are we gonna do Family Feud?
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're gonna rip the hell out of each other.
Oh, God.
And don't leave us, because I want Katie to tell you exactly what episodes we can watch, what's out, what's coming up, and where to find it. Again, okay? I'm having lunch at Bobby Flay's house today.
Oh, just excuse.
I'm doing the podcast. Now, can he really cook? I mean,
Oh, come on, Elvis.
I mean, we've had his food in the restaurants and on the show.
Have you not been to his home and had him cook?
No. No,
You've never. Well, we can't ever get you to come out to the Hamptons in the summer.
Well, because I don't hang out with Hamptons people. I'm not at your level. You're too good for me.
No, an invitation to Bobby's house in the summer is one of the most sought after
Well,
invitations.
He's a phenomenal cook.
So I'm doing his podcast with him today,
Right.
and they said, "What do you want him to cook for you?" I'm like, "He's cooking." I said, "Does he really know how to cook?" Because I don't know. I think it's all show.
He's one of the very best.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What did you ask him to cook?
Nothing. I just said I eat everything. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
I hope he doesn't. He doesn't let those cats walk around on the table, does he?
He does. It looks like he does in his Instagram.
They're everywhere.
The cats are everywhere.
Their paws have been in the
I'm sure
kitty
he
litter.
cooks.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Bobby Flay's litter box is probably pristine.
Are we
never
eating?
seen it.
Are we eating out of his litter box today?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
It's now time to play the feud. And now here's your host, the one and only Straight Nate.
Thank you.
With the bad hair.
Thank you for that, by the way,
I like
Lee.
Nate's hair.
Thank you,
So do I,
Katie Lee.
Nate. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, Katie Lee and Lee, you are going to be on a team, and because you've never experienced it, you're going to be teamed up with Elvis.
Oh,
so
Lord.
good luck with that.
Oh, good luck for that to you.
Wait till you see how I play with precision.
Oh, boy.
He does not play well. And then the other team, the other lovely people here in the room is going to be Gandhi, Danielle, and Scary. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I'm on their team?
Yes.
Okay.
They're saddled with you.
Oh,
Sorry.
You're going to win this.
Good luck,
hands down.
guys.
Do we have a buzzer?
No, there's no buzzer. Okay. No buzzer required.
Okay, here we go.
But Katie Lee, the first question on Family Feud, we asked 100 women, I like it when my man gives me a big blank. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
What are we allowed to say on this?
Whatever you want.
What would they
Kiss.
Kiss.
Good.
Oh, yeah, kiss is on board. However, it is the number 2 response. So we go to Danielle. Danielle, I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
A big, you know.
I don't know.
Dinger?
A big dinger, yeah.
Dinger.
Thank you, Gandhi.
Show me dinger. Oh,
really?
Sorry,
Well,
no
wait,
dinger.
And I don't know who you pulled.
Yeah, the audience lied. Please.
So what about diamond?
I guess my
That was my
Big
answer.
diamond.
Oh.
Big,
my answer's not going to mind.
We're going to stick. Okay, now Lee Schrager. We asked 100 women, put your head in the mind of a woman. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
I don't think I can answer.
Wait, she already
But
said.
I would have said
I already
diamond.
said-
I have to say I would have
Diamond.
said diamond.
You would have said
Okay.
diamond?
I would have said
Okay.
diamond.
Well, diamond is on there. Yes. Yes, a diamond is a gift. All right, we go to Elvis, the anchor of your team. Elvis, we asked 100 women. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
I would say I like it when my guy gives me a big hickey.
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 Everybody likes that, right?
On
Who
them.
wants a hickey?
Who wants a hickey? Nobody.
I didn't say where.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Where would that be?
Go ahead.
Okay, Katie Lee. We asked 100 women. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
Oh God. Gift.
Gift.
Okay.
We already had that.
That was
Lee's.
part of diamond.
Yeah.
Okay. A big,
House.
a big cake.
A cake. Oh, a cake.
That is not on the list.
That is not on the list. That is not.
It's
No,
on my list.
I would love a big cake.
But now, Lee Schrager, we have one buzz left, and it's all up to you. You better get something that's on the board. We asked 100 women. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
Boner.
Lee,
It's
what?
women. Women aren't
Thank
getting
you
the
very
boner.
No, but they like it when their husband gives them a big boner.
Okay.
We already said that. We said dinger.
Okay, guys.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Yeah.
A boner to dinger?
Elvis,
I've
the
never
first
heard
time you weren't the worst contestant on the team.
Okay, I would say I would love it if my man gave me a big hug.
Hug. Oh, yeah, that's on there.
You got 3
But
buzzes.
too late.
3 buzzes.
3 buzzes
Too late
already.
for you.
Well, screw you people.
So the other team,
It's a buzzer.
you got 4 buzzes. It's not even possible. So the other team, Danielle, Gandhi, and Scary, asked 100 women. I like it when my man gives me a big blank.
Well, they just said hugs on the list.
Hug, and that would be the number 1 response. Yes.
This is why you need to.
Compliment or check
What
on
was
there?
the number 1 response?
The number 1 was hug, but you were also missing a smile
I have a paycheck.
and a compliment. Big
Oh,
compliment.
a big compliment. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a small compliment and a big compliment? Like what's what?
I'll take any compliment. All right, can we get this together and be more streamlined on the next question?
Okay, yeah, let's be more streamlined. Okay, Lee, this one's right up your alley. We're
God.
going to have you answer this first. Okay?
Okay.
We asked 100 men. Name something you'd hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you.
Oh my God.
Oh my, that's very specific.
A cheap doctor used to
Cheap doctor used what to circumcise you?
a scissor.
That is on the board. However, the number 2 response. So we're going to go to the other team. Gandhi asked 100 men. Name something you'd hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you.
His teeth.
Oh my God. Does he take them out first?
That should be number 1.
Did not make the board. That is a great answer.
All right, I got it. Let's keep going. I got one for you.
So go ahead. Elvis Duran. 100 men. Name something you'd hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you. 4 answers left.
A food processor.
Not on the board. Not on the board.
Oh, this is rigged.
Yeah. Katie Lee. Imagine you have one. What would you hate to have someone circumcise you with?
A butter knife.
That is the number one response. Very good.
Wait,
There you go.
specifically a butter knife?
Yes, but a butter knife. Yeah.
Butter knife.
Oh, God.
Back to Lee Schrager here on Family Feud.
Yes.
100 men. Name something you'd hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you.
A razor blade.
Ew.
A razor blade. Yes, actually, that is the number 3 answer. You guys are really good at this
Very good.
circumcision
We are
thing.
killing it at circumcision.
Elvis.
Yes.
What would you hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you?
A lawnmower.
Your next strike.
Yeah, that's the next buzz.
What? You guys are...
Okay, back to you, Katie Lee. You got one buzz left.
Have you never seen a circumcised dick? Was that?
Lee just used a
Can't
dirty
use
word.
that word.
Please go. Please continue.
100 men. Name something you'd hate to find out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you. You got one buzz left.
A rusty scalpel.
Rusty scalpel.
That's a good answer.
Not good enough. Sorry. So we go to the other team.
What do you think?
I think
Like nail
it's-
clippers?
I say a saw.
A saw.
I was thinking a fork.
I have like chills in this.
I would think a mandolin.
Let's not go with that.
Say a fork?
Wait, you said what?
A saw.
And you said?
I said nail clippers.
Oh God.
Okay. Need something. Need an answer.
I
Need
don't
something.
know. What do
you'd
you guys think?
We need to finalize an answer for the.
Find
Yeah.
out a cheap doctor used to circumcise you. Your answer is
Danielle has to decide.
No, I don't.
Let's go with saw. Saw.
saw.
No, it's not on there.
Show me saw.
Damn it, Scary!
Oh, we win.
You won.
What's
However,
the other answer?
the answers you were missing: a broken bottle,
Ooh.
and the last one, a can opener.
Oh.
Ow.
Lee's grabbing himself.
Oh, well, someone has to.
Wow.
And there you go. Another fun day on the show.
I'm so glad I came here.
When was the last time you
right.
talked about circumcision?
It's been a while.
Okay, look. Let's go back to why you're here. Okay, so
It's
We're not
complicated.
going to talk about circumcisions anymore.
no, I could go all day about
Cheap
that.
circumcisions at that.
Cheap one.
Okay, so take me to the show. Tell me what you've done already, what you've already prepared
Let me change my mind.
that's already living on YouTube.
So living on YouTube, my first episode was a West Virginia meal where I'm from. So real Appalachian. I did pinto beans, cornbread, and collard greens.
That's what I would love.
One of my favorite meals of all time. Served it with some chow chow. And then I've got my roast chicken breast with pancetta, garlic and rosemary, and creamy polenta.
See, that stuff, it sounds difficult to make.
It's so easy. And that's what I'm breaking it down to make it super simple. And then I did my ultimate winter salad. Went to Union Square Farmers Market and got a bunch of great veggies. I roasted a couple chickens to put shred up and put on there. And then I did a maple tahini salad dressing with that one. And then today's the 4th episode, the carbonara. But coming up, I've got a great salmon recipe that's going to drop. I've got my Logan County burgers. That's what, actually, when I cut myself. Lee, if you remember, that's what I won the very first Burger Bash with those in 2008.
What makes them so special?
It's like a grilled cheese with a burger tucked inside. And it caused a lot of controversy back then because people said it was a patty melt, not a burger.
Well, patty melt is a burger.
I agree 100%,
Yeah,
but people did
it's
not.
a burger patty.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, when I won, someone asked for a recount. And it was a very big, prominent chef.
Who?
I've
Name the
never said
name.
who.
Did we
I've-
mention his
I've
name in the
never-
air this morning?
I've never. No.
Josh Capon.
Okay,
No, I've never named the name, but I know, and every time I see him, I carry it in my heart that I know that he asked, and I also know that he was not even in the top 3.
Whoa.
Sick burn.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I don't even know that. I don't even know that.
All right,
I
take
think
that.
Katie Lee did the first. Were you the first Burger Bash winner?
The first Burger Bash winner. I was the only female in it, and I won.
I remember you
Good for
winning.
you.
We
Good
took
for
a lot
you.
of flack for that patty
Good.
melt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need more flack in this world.
We do.
Do we?
You know what? Yeah, do we?
Yes, we do.
It was actually that flack though was what helped me start my career. Like that got me the attention and made people notice the burger that I was making.
So the takeaway today is just piss people off, and you'll
and unfortunately,
succeed.
I think that is what happens today.
If you go to YouTube and just look up Katie Lee's Kitchen, right?
Katie Lee Kitchen.
Katie Lee Kitchen.
Yes.
And you can find all of what we've talked about. Plus, I'm sure you have a ton of stuff that's already on there as well.
A ton of stuff on there.
I did make your Katie Lee world famous spaghetti pie again. I
love that you
I
make
text you
that.
every year when I make
Yes.
this. Spaghetti pie is one of my most favorite things.
Maybe I need to make that on my YouTube.
Oh my God, I would be there.
It's not complicated spaghetti pie.
Do it. It's not complicated on Katie Lee Kitchen on YouTube. We love you. Thank you for these cookies.
Thank you so much for having me. I needed this laugh, especially after when I got here this morning, I forgot my purse in the Uber and had to run down 55th Street. So I needed to come in here and laugh.
You were out of breath when you arrived.
Sweating. I don't need to go to the gym now.
I know, but that's the magic of visiting our show. People leave here usually out of breath and sweating. So, Katie Lee, we love you.
Thank you. Love you guys.